Welcome back to Double Nickel. As you can tell today, I'm coming to you from my truck on my commute home. Nothing to worry about. I have Blue Cruise and it's doing most of the work, so I'm just having to watch the road in my mirrors as I make my way home from work this evening. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is the commute. That's why I thought it would be cool to record this on the drive using the technology. My commute on Google Maps is 52 minutes one way, so obviously it's 104 minutes a day, and that's if there's no traffic. Everything is normal. That's what it takes me to get from my parking spot at work to my house. So that's a large time commitment. On my schedule, I have an alternate working schedule. That means that 1 week I commute in 3 days a week, and the next week is 2, and then back and forth is my schedule. So I have a hybrid setup where part of the time I work from home, part of the time from the office. And so that's quite a bit of a time commitment involved in my commute, and I decided that I'd add that up and see what it really amounted to from a time standpoint. And I'm realizing that retirement for me isn't just going to be freedom from a work schedule, but it's also going to be a time raise, not a pay raise, but in fact it's going to be a time raise for me in the amount of time that I'm going to reclaim. And so I want to share that with you today. Hey, if you enjoy this content, if you've been watching the videos from my channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe, maybe like the video or comment. I certainly want to hear from you and get your thoughts on this one today. If you see fit to give me some feedback. Well, back to the commute. I decided I would total this up based on my schedule. Now, I didn't take out vacation time, so this isn't exact, but I did some math, and for me, the commute turns into 225 hours a year of commute time. That's 9.4 calendar days, full 24-hour days, or said another way, it's about 5.5 standard 40-hour work weeks. So if I were to continue to work and could free up this, man, he's rolling, and could free up this time, I would have 5.5 additional free weeks of time just from my commute. So that's a huge time reclaim that I'm realizing I'm gonna have. Now, this isn't wasted time for me. I often will listen to good audiobooks and podcasts or music on my commute. Sometimes I just have some quiet time, some devotional quiet time, or I do some thinking on my drive. Other times I just decompress from a hard day. So this commute isn't entirely wasted time. Today I'm using it to record an episode, so being productive with the time as much as I can. But when you think about 9.4 calendar days, there's 365 days a year. Well, for me, that turns into almost 355 days a year when I take the commute off, and that's just for driving. That's a lot of time, and it's more than just the time involved in the commute. It's more than that. There's the fuel cost to drive myself back and forth, the vehicle maintenance, the oil changes, and the tires that are involved in maintaining a vehicle when you have a commute, and of course the time. But there's another thing. There's the energy drain. When I get home, it isn't after a short little drive from the office to the house. It's this commute that I deal with. When there's heavy traffic, it's more stressful. If it's raining hard, those kind of things. Some days you just don't feel very well and you have to make the commute. So there are days that this is more burdensome than others. So there's a lot involved here, a lot that will be reclaimed, fuel that I don't have to purchase, maintenance that I don't have to do on my truck from just the commute. I'll have more energy because I don't have to do this on top of my work day sometimes, and then I get all that time back. It's amazing to me to think about that it's almost, it's over 9 calendar days a year that are spent on this drive. And so I got to thinking, what am I going to do with that? Well, for me, there's some things I want to do. I want to be more regimented with an exercise routine. I do some exercise now, but it's between work and everything else in life, it's not as regular as I'd like it to be. So that's one of the things I want to do. I want to spend some more time being intentional about some devotional time. Maybe you've got something you want to do with your time that's a little different than that. And of course, I enjoy this hobby of recording these videos, and I'm documenting this transition in life as I go from work to retirement. And I've mentioned before in kind of the foundational first video I recorded here, as well as in my 3-month update, kind of why I'm doing this. It's mostly for family to look back on someday, and even myself to remember what this season of life was like. But I am finding that some of you out there really enjoy this, so maybe it's encouraging to you, maybe it's helpful to you, and maybe if you have a commute, you can start thinking about what do you want to do with that time. What would you like to reallocate this time for? You begin to think about the loss of income when you retire, but hey, there's expenses like fuel and service on a vehicle that you won't spend anymore if you have a commute. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you if you have a commute and you're anticipating your retirement. You get to thinking about that. What would you like to do with your time? How do you want to reallocate that? Do you have a hobby you want to pick up? Or you like me, you want to do some more exercise, take care of your body? Maybe it's that kind of a thing. Maybe you want to do some devotional time, or you have something else that you're interested in. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I thought this would be kind of a neat episode to record today, a little bit of a different setup than I normally have. The angle's a little bit different. I don't know how good the audio is going to turn out on this one, but it was on my mind and I wanted to capture it while it was. And so anyway, I'd love to hear from you, like your feedback, and hey, we'll see you until next time where Double Nickel takes us.